When you're a professional athlete, it's likely that you'll be more competitive than the average person. However, there are some athletes and players whose competitiveness is on a whole different level. Take Luka Doncic, for instance. He doesn't handle losing well. I know that for a fact, Dallas Mavericks head coach Rick Carlisle said. But I don't handle losing well either. Doncic is also known as a sore loser by some of his European peers that know him from his early days in Europe. He hates losing and will get mad when things aren't going well. He has found ways to use his anger to his advantage, but that doesn't mean he still doesn't show signs of frustration on the court. Today, we'll take a look at multiple occasions that have brought the anger out of Luka Doncic. But before we do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Young Luka gets angry. We must not forget that before being drafted in the NBA and becoming a true superstar, Luka Doncic spent 3 years playing professional basketball for the Real Madrid club in Europe. Thus, he's no stranger to being an underdog and facing tougher competition. This is exactly what happened when Valencia Basket faced Madrid on a December 2017 matchup where his rivals were set on making Luka work for every single bucket, harassing and playing very tough defense on it. It all started early in the second quarter when Madrid got a steal and Luka led the fast break. As he drove to the rim, he was hit with an elbow in the back of the head, which triggered an automatic flagrant foul. A couple of minutes later, as Doncic brought the ball up past half court, one Valencia defender complained mid-play to the nearby referee that Luka was grabbing him. Doncic saw an opportunity to blow by him as he was complaining, and Doncic drove to the basket and into a defender, earning an offensive foul this time. Doncic and the defender exchanged words, and Luka complained to the referees, triggering an ejection. Doncic was walking off the court, visibly mad, before he briefly returned to get in the official's ear. Then, as he walked off the court, he kicked the tunnel through which players come out multiple times as frustration arose. It's safe to say he's learned to control his anger a bit more since then, as we've never seen Doncic as mad as he was at that time. Luka rips his jersey twice. Yeah, maybe he isn't kicking or punching things anymore, but Doncic found a new way of unleashing his fury by ripping his jersey apart. Luka has channeled his inner Hulk Hogan in 2 different occasions. The first instance came on January 2019 in a game against the Los Angeles Clippers. Just as the halftime buzzer sounded, Doncic ripped his jersey before walking off the court. He was having a pretty rough night, scoring only 6 points on 2 for 7 shooting from the field and 2 for 4 at the free throw line in the first half. His night didn't get much better, but the Mavs did end up winning the game. The second instance came in January 2020 against the Los Angeles Lakers. It was late in the second quarter, and the Mavericks had allowed the Lakers to get firm control of the game, and they were about to leave for the halftime break with a 20-point deficit. With just under 2 minutes left, Doncic missed 2 straight free throws and proceeded to rip his jersey in half. Those 2 missed freebies weren't the lone culprits, as he was only 1 for 5 at the line at that point in the game, with frustration carrying over from the previous misses. This isn't exactly the best example for kids watching at home, but at least he didn't retaliate with somebody else or injure himself in the process. That play was for me. When you're a former league MVP in Europe as a teenager and soon to be named the Rookie of the Year, it's only logical the Dallas Mavericks would draw the last play of a close game for Luka when they needed that last bucket to win. This appeared to be the case on a December 28, 2018 matchup against the New Orleans Pelicans. Only things didn't turn out that way. Disrupting a play that was apparently designed for Luka, the Pelicans' Drew Holiday guarded Doncic all the way across half court and denied him any chance of getting the ball. The inbounder, Dwight Powell, quickly changed plans and passed the ball to DeAndre Jordan, who immediately got it to then Maverick Dennis Smith Jr. Doncic looked visibly confused at what just happened and even looked back at the Mavericks bench. Smith Jr. tried to get a last-second layup over Anthony Davis, but he didn't even get the shot off in time and missed. You can clearly see Doncic very upset after the Mavericks dropped their 7th game out of their last 8 and even used some profanity as he requested an explanation for what had happened. From multiple reports, Smith and Doncic never got along quite well, prompting the Mavs to trade Smith away later that season in the deal that brought Kristaps Porzingis to Dallas. Who do you think you are? As we said earlier, Doncic has been used to playing against bigger guys than him for a long time. Not only bigger when it comes to age, but also when it comes to height and strength. Still, he shows no fear whatsoever when an altercation occurs, as it happened on a December 2019 game against the Golden State Warriors. It was late in the third quarter when Doncic drove to the basket and got blocked by Marquise Chris. He had some words for Luka and gave him a minor shove with his right arm. The Mavericks' Justin Anderson immediately got another shot up, which missed, and Chris got the rebound. Luka tried to swipe at the ball in Chris's hands and missed, to which Chris responded with a smile. Marquise then lost control of the ball after Kristaps Porzingis swiped it out of his hands from his blind side, prompting Doncic and the nearby Seth Curry to pursue it. As they were trying to get the ball, Doncic caught Chris by the arm, and both got entangled for a second. Chris then pushed Doncic down hard to the ground and over the cameraman on the sidelines. Visibly furious, Luka got right back up looking for some retribution, but was stopped by the referees and players separated them. Doncic had a lot to say to Chris, but the fight didn't escalate. Chris was later fined $35,000 for shoving Luka down. Trash talk gone too far. Trash talk has long been part of the game, and it's not uncommon to see players doing it on the court. However, things went too far in Luka's debut playoff series against the LA Clippers in the 2020 postseason. It was Game 3 of what had been a very competitive and evenly matched series up to that point, which was tied at 1 game apiece. Early in the first quarter, Montrezl Harrell scored a big-time bucket after he'd used his body to create some space from Doncic before scoring inside the paint over him. And as he walked back to play defense, cameras caught Harrell calling Doncic an expletive. Just 2 possessions later, after the Mavericks missed a shot, Luka accidentally made minor contact with Harrell as they jogged down the court, and the big man ended up on the floor. Doncic then angrily told him, "Stop flopping, big man," something Harrell took very personal and immediately stood up to retaliate. They continued talking to each other and were issued double technical fouls as both were visibly very mad. They had already exchanged words before these incidents and continued to do so after, but Harrell's comments were truly inexcusable. He later apologized to Doncic before Game 4, and they exchanged a quick hug, but who knows if the hatchet was truly buried. More often than not, Doncic has found ways to use his anger to his advantage. Perhaps his anger and competitiveness is a big part of why he's taken the league by storm so early. But if he is this good now, who knows how much better this kid will be in 5 to 10 years. Do you think Doncic will win a championship or MVP before he retires? Tell us what you think in the comments down below. And once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching another Swish Central video, and join us next time for more NBA basketball content.